Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm coming back. And I think I will, I know I've done these cards before, but I'm going to show you how I made this one. But the next one, well, I'm going to do it on gold again, but I'm going to be using mail papers. So I've been doing quite a few mail cards. So let me just grab a card base, because I've forgotten. And I just use my thick cardstock. This is like 250 GSM, and now I get this in an A3 size from the range. And you get, I think you get 50 sheets, and by the time you cut an A3 in half, you get 2 A4s. So I get like 200 card bases. It's really thick, it's very sturdy, and it's not a flimsy card by any means. And I found some more gold cardstock, because I also found some vellum, which has got gold one side and it's got silver another side. But by the time I cut these two pieces, just to match that up, to thicken it up and give it some strength, it was overlapping this side and underlapping that side. It does look nice on the gold, but it would be thick one end and thin the other. You could just use one piece, but then you need an adhesive that will not show through on acetate. So I will use these bits, but not today, unless I put one on the inside of the card, just to give it, well, it's a little bit short, but my card is 5 7/8, whereas I've cut these at 5 1/2. Same as this. But I have got the gold paper again, and I am gonna just attach that and cut off the excess, so we'll be doing that later. I got another piece. Now this measures 3 1/4 by 5 1/2 as well, and only because it's the same size as this. So let's just check. Yeah, 3 1/4 that section is, and because it was short, but I do like the way I've stepped it up on foam strips, just to give that extra depth. Added this gold streak. Now this is absolutely beautiful for a female card, and it might take a little bit longer than you think, but it's worth it. But because I made the infinity card in the by the bay with these, this is where the strips come from. These are my strips from the one from He's All That. If you notice, this paper is from there. But these are from other stamping papers that I've long retired, but I'm not getting rid of. I got some wider strips. I love this. I got some of the yellow strips. I think the yellow, the green, the terracotta. I've got some little strips from the other bits of paper, but we're just gonna make, and it's up to you where you can. I can look at that. It's even got shapes in. But as long as the edge meets the edge, you can start off there. And I'm just using glue. And if you do get a little bit on here, I've got a tissue, a piece of tissue, and it just wipes off. It literally just wipes off. This has been for my ink pads, but you get a bit of glue on here and it will wipe off. So it would help if I take the lid off. But I love these sort of cards, absolutely love them. So wherever this piece fits, I know it's long, but this was some circles that I cut out. So I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper. I could use my glue mat. In fact, I don't even know where it is. I do have one somewhere. Do you know, if you think if I can find it? Oh, there it is. Oh, there you go. I found it before my glue dries. Oh, look at that, it's cracking. But let's just pop that on there before this glue dries. And I know I've got it up to there, so I'm going to make sure I've got that corner and that corner hanging over the edges. Now look, I've already got glue on there, and I've already got glue on there, but it just wipes off with the tissue. And you could use sticky back tape. It's entirely up to you. Love these papers. So are we going to go for a nice... and now I'm not going to cut any bits off, and I'm not going to make fancy cuts. I'm literally just going to use strips that I've got. So I could start that there. But I'm leaving a very slight gap, like I've done on this one, about an 1/8, about a 1/16 of an inch in between, just so that gold pops through and gives that beautiful shine. So I want to go through that corner, so I'm going to leave a little gap at the top, and then I'm going to place that one on there. Oh no, I don't want too much brown, so I know where my thumb is and I know where that mark is. So leave a little tiny gap at the top, just level with that, and I'm just going to lift that up to have a look, make sure that gap is equal. And I like the fact that you've got this gold paper, you've got a tiny little bit of wiggle space. And again, I'm just using a tissue. I can go in at any time. I'm not cutting too close because I'm going to use my trimmer at the end. And like you say, you can see where I have used those for circles, but don't discard that little piece yet, because that could even fit on an end piece or even a corner piece. So don't get rid of your little bits. And again, this piece, I love this brown. Again, I'm going to add this along here and keep that tiny little border strip. So I'm going to hold the paper where I know the paper ends. I was going to use silver, but because this has got gold tones and some of the paper's got gold on it, as you'll see in a minute, I found some Stampin' Up! Gold card and I thought, woohoo! I was going to go to the shop and buy new ones, and then I found this and I thought, great stuff. I literally don't have to fork out for more gold stock. And look at that. That glue is just coming off beautiful. So again, you can snip these little strips. I'm not going too close. I am literally cutting them in the direction of my paper. You can cut it really close. Save these little corner pieces. You'll be surprised. I mean, most people would literally throw all this in the bin and say, I can't use that. But we can. We can use it. Now let's pick a nice little gold strip. I mean, you could keep going back and forth. You could keep adding all the strips that way. It's entirely up to you. There's no wrong way to make this card. No wrong. Look, gold on there. I will add gold later. Let's just measure that back up. So I'm going to put my fingers there, knowing I can come along here with the glue. And it's very therapeutic. You could even do it to a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock with some 12 by 12 strips. And then divide it up into 6 cards. There you go. Nice little gap, and it does give you a little bit of flexi room. I mean, you can wait. I'm just rubbing as I come, and I can push that glue. I mean, if you don't want to use tissue as well, do you know what I think the best thing is? Wink of Stella. Wink of Stella on this cardstock, because it contains, unless you've got some rubbing alcohol, that way you don't use your sparkler. A little bit of Wink of Stella on there, wipe it straight away, because it's alcohol based, it strips off the glue. But you're not going to see it all by the time we've added all these little bits. And it's just starting to come together. So let's find a green piece, which we have here. And I've got a slightly thicker piece there. Oh, look at that one with the gold. Again, another. It doesn't matter how wide they are. Doesn't matter what colour. You can make them male colours, female colours. You could do neutral colours, so that way you can add a sentence when you're ready. and you've got a neutral card lined up. Like you're saying, we don't see a lot of male cards being made. You get the odd one. I have seen a few on there, but I mean, some of them are years old. I know this technique is years old because I've done this plenty of times in the past, but these papers are new, and I just don't want to see anybody use the scraps up without getting some use out of them. So just keep snipping, and even though I've snipped and that's at an angle, it's still got a straight edge that end. Same with that one, it's still got a straight edge that end. But look how cute that is. Now I'm going to grab, let's see, let's see if that piece will fit. Oh yeah, perfect. So this is the same piece as that, but just turned over. I mean, like I say, we all struggle with a little bit of a male card. So I'm just keeping my gaps nice and neutral. Just grabbing my tissue. You don't have to do this. Like I say, get a bit of tissue with some rubbing alcohol on at the end. Just go over gently. Try not to get it on your paper though. But, oh, look, I'll show you with the Winker Stella. I've got, let me see if I can see it. See that tiny little bit of glue there? If I go over my Winker Stella and wipe it quickly, you've got a bit, no, the glue's gone. You've got a bit of a glare, but my paper's going there. But that's the glitter. So if you can use just rubbing alcohol minus the glitter, you can. So we've got a nice fat piece. We could add that way. Could add it that way. Let's see what else we've got. We've got a brown piece. But then I'm going to go that way. I might just continue. Oh, look at that. Perfect size. Oh, no, I'm going to have the green, actually. We haven't used a bit of green. I mean, if you want to stop the glue from smidging, just rub it over with your finger. Like same little gap all the way to the end. As long as it goes over the edge. Literally. Don't worry about that. That is cute, cute, cute. So again, oh, look at that. That's going to fit there lovely. And that's the reverse of that one. And it was one of the pieces we snipped off. And like I say, they don't even have to be any size, any width. Doesn't have, they don't all have to be a 1/2 inch strip. They don't have to be a 1/4 inch or an 1/8 of an inch. You can do all different sizes, as you can tell. So let's change direction. Oh, let's see what's this piece. Nice bit of green there. I'm going to add that little piece on there. Oh, I got the gold again. But I've only used about 4 pieces of cardstock. The same as more or less of what I've got on the card. And I did cut up a couple of other bits. But they were already scraps inside my scraps. There were scraps inside my scraps anyway, if you know what I mean. So I haven't really gone out of my way and cut up a sheet of paper. Oh, look at that. I wonder if that gold would go across there. Thing is, I've got to glue it on. That's the only problem, gluing it on. So, a little bit short, but it will go across here when we get down there. So I need to find a piece that'll fit in between. Oh, look at this. Oh, nice. Now that will fit across there. Lovely. Oh, let's do that. I mean, it's got, this is a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch strip as well. Like I'm saying, it doesn't matter about the size. Just give yourself a nice little gold gap. Perfect. I've got a little bit more of that paper there. And that's the opposite side, a little barbecue stuff. Or we could add this again on the end. No cutting off. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there. And a reason I've overlapped both sides is I was hoping to avoid that. But if you're quick enough before that glue dries, you will get it off your card. And I just give that a quick wipe. I'm going to turn this over now. Give it a quick, like I'm saying, I'm not going too close. I did that on the other card and it was bigger than the one I've got now, but I ended up having to trim it down because I got too many. Don't get rid of these little bits yet until the end, because we'll use them for the corners. But look at all that. I get probably 4 or 5 cards. So we got that piece. That's not quite wide enough unless I put it that way. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Look, I've got a piece there. And that's going to fit there lovely. So that's the piece we just cut off as well. Gap either side. And if you do get a little bit of glue on the back, you can either use your bone folder, get rid of that excess glue, or wait till it's perfectly all dry and then use your glue eraser. So look, we've got that far. My scissors are non-stick as well. These just wipe up lovely. Just drop my tissue, but they clean up a treat. And I'm going to skim around the edges with my other bits. Right, let's see what else. Oh, I've got a piece of blue there, look. That'll be nice. So I want to just use the end. Oh, I like the brown on the other side as well. Ooh. If you think you've got a little bit too much, just rummage it with your finger and get it on there before it gets too tacky. And then oh, love it. It doesn't take as long as you think, really. And then we could turn that over and do a little bit of brown. Just save your longer bits and they will come good. The lengthiest piece on your card. Grab my tissue. I love this bit because before it dries you can manipulate. That is cute. Look how cute that's looking. Wow, you could have your sentiment. I might have my sentiment on the other side and then, well, my bits on the other side and my sentiment on this side. Another piece of bar, but let's see what we've got. We haven't got much of the yellow. Have I got any wider bits of yellow? I got this slightly wider piece. Gonna pop that in there. We haven't used any of that gold, so we use this piece now. Get across the yellow. Nice little gap. Snip that off. And then I can just press that down. Make sure my gap's the same width, Gaynor. Perfect. And then I'm going to use the other end because there's a little bit of glue on that end. I have a bit of that gold showing as well. Perfect. Love it. And then just look for a tiny little piece. Literally a tiny piece. You can have a bit of brown. Doesn't stand up so well. Got a little piece of red. Oh, perfect. Just gonna add a dot on there. See if I can scoop that on the end. Just straighten that out. Tissue. You can barely see. Let's lift that up carefully. But look, that tiny little corner went right up there. That is so cute. Let's give this a quick scoot. Get those bits. But you can keep all these tiny little pieces. Obviously some of them are too small. But I would just literally put the longer bits and the corner bits like those back in my pile for using right on the corners. Look at that. You can even save a bigger piece. And then these are the only bits I would really discard. But if you want to be very frugal, you could keep those tiny little bits. I'm covered in glue as per usual. Right, let's just see. That is so cute. It's going to make a great nail card. Pop that out of the way because we didn't get any glue on that. I'm going to pop those bits just to one side for a bit. Just whilst and I'm just going to rub the back just with my bone folder now, just to make sure everything, and I'm going to clean my area a little bit, just to make sure everything is glued down and nothing is moved. Now I'm going to fetch my trimmer in, and I am literally just cutting off those tiny little bits. What I do is, if the white's showing, and I'm taking the tiniest little fraction off. If you're steady enough to do this with scissors, I suggest you do it with scissors. Just tiny movement. Just taking those tiny little bits off, and it's just all straightening up the edge of my card. Last piece, and again 3 1/4. I mean, look how minute those bits were. That's it. Let's just check. We do have a few little odds and sods. Let me just grab my scissors. The only thing is, I can't cut perfectly straight. Again, so I always end up cutting into my card, and I don't want to do that because I end up on the wonk. I'm sure we've all done that. My glasses aren't the best. But look at those tiny little minute pieces. They're just nothing. But what an impact this will make. Now let's check that against our other piece of card, and I'm going to decide to keep that section down there, but I'm going to add this on these strips that came in the card kits, these foam bits. Oh, look at that, and that fits on there lovely. I'm going to add about 4 or 5 of them. I'm not adding it close together where I'm going to use a lot of strips, but I'm going to use enough just to balance this difference. It's not like it's going to be like this one. I literally added 3 long strips, top, middle and bottom. But I'm going this way this time, so I've added them that way. These are, like I'm saying, card kits. Let's get our 5 1/2 piece. Why is my card sticking out? It needs to be a deal. That's better. So this piece is our 5.5, and this is just 2 inches, I think it is. And I'm going to make my card a little bit shorter. I'm going to do this because my standard size is 5 7/8. So I'm going to make this 5 3/4. So when I add my 5.5 inch piece, I got a nice little border all the way along the edge. Now I need to attach this piece, and I'm not going all the way to the edge because I need to trim this down as well. But I need to add this. Then a glue mat again. So let's give myself a little bit of right along the edge and along the edge. I'm going to add this on there, and then I'm going to come up about 1/4 inch, making sure that that is on there. I'm just going to give it a gentle rub whilst holding it into place. I know my glue goes off pretty quick. And just checking the distance. Oh, it looks lovely. That looks fabulous. And then I will dare it with the scissors. I'm just going to come up and remove that little section there. Then we're going to glue this onto our card. That is so cute. I do love them. Men like gold as well. So I've been told. Perfect. I'm going to open my card out. Just going to line this up a little bit. It's only a guide. And I'm just going to make sure I've got the distance either side, top and bottom. Make it sure it looks a little bit fabulous. I'm going to turn it over. Just get that a mushy mush down. Looks good to me. Nice. And then I'm going to just remove these gorgeous strips. And then what we're going to do is going to decide whether you want this at the top or at the bottom. I'm going to put mine at the bottom, I think. And I'm going to line this up at the top of my card. Don't want to go too high. Oh, look at that. I've not left a decent enough gap. So, oh, wait there now. It's too late. Oh, I could have come down with my card a bit. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's overlapping. I'm going to take that level with the top of my card. It's not... Look. Hey, these are sticky. I haven't even pressed it down yet. Oh, that's sticky. So. Pretty much. And if you've got any overhang, I'm just going to snip it off. The other one was perfect. This one just doesn't want to play ball. You can't cut. Through that one, otherwise you'll end up cutting your card in half. See, now I make the boo-boobs so you don't have to. So that is cutie, cutie, cute. Let me just see if I'm going to get that to go inside. I wonder if that's going to work. Let me try. I'm just going to put blobs. It's only a piece of acetate, but you never know. Because it's white on white. You never know, that glue might dry. Oh, that's not too bad actually. That glue is going to dry clear. We've got a piece of acetate inside. Isn't that cute? Lovely. You can bit. Well, you can't see the glue. And the other card I did the other night, I did using these beautiful pieces which are left over from my infinity card, and this one just says for you. I love that. I mean, this one says friends are like seashells. I'm just literally, I'm gonna have that on the edge of my card on a dimensional. I'm just going to make sure I've got this nice and round, just because this gap here now is a little bit right there now. Got a tiny bit of glue in there. Oh, there we go, perfect. I'm going to pop this because it's slightly wider on this side of my card. I am literally, without coming over the edge of my card, I'm going to keep that level and just pop that on the edge. It's not over it hanging my card. And then I've got these gorgeous, beautiful, or because they look a bit feminine for a male card, let me pop them back. I keep them all together so I don't lose them, but they are from that embossing fold in the stamp set. I have got some of these beautiful die cuts yet again from this gorgeous card kit. I don't know where my other Volkswagen's gone. I've only used one of them. So let's see if I can go through my kit. No. So let's see if I can find my Volkswagen. I doubt I will though. I don't know where he's gone. I've only used it once. Oh, there it is. I found it. Woohoo! So I'm going to put this on dimensionals inside this cute little card. There he is. Before he gets, before he drives off. Ooh. That's got its backing on still. Let's make sure that's coming away. I should have added a piece of ribbon, but I haven't fetched a piece down, so I'm just going to add that right along the bottom there. That is too cute for you. I don't know if I want to. Best Dad Award. Could be. We have got little my father-in-law doesn't barbecue, see. But these are just so cute. Love that. Nice work. He doesn't drink beer. He doesn't do barbecuing. Yeah, you did it. I don't. Did he? Does he like? No. He's not really a bonfire guy. I do like the ticket. Hooray! No, I'm gonna stick with the father one because it is Father's Day coming up, and I know I made the infinity cards, but you can never have too many male cards. And I'm sure he won't mind a little bit of gold. May even use some of those yellow stars. Let's put that back in my packet. You could get a stamp set out and stamp. I'm literally going to pop this on dimensionals as well. One at the bottom. One at the top. take off these bits. Look, I hate these bits when they hang off like that. I like to tidy them up. Because it is for him anyway, so I'm going to try and keep that as straight as possible. That is too cute. And I'm going to grab my pick me up tool. I've got tweezers there, so I'm going to have one there, there, and I'm going to pop one down there as well. Put my glue away. I'm making a mess. So pick me up to it. I'm going to put a larger one there. Oh, and they're all the same colour. That's cute. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that cute? Got my stars on there. Got the Best Dad Award for you. And then inside we've got this beautiful strip of... I love my tweezers, but I didn't need them. Oh, they got to go back in. I mean, you could pop one of these inside just to write a message on there. But I've got other cards to make, so I think I'll save them for different cards. There we go. We have our female and our male version, both using gold cardstock. I might just trim my card down a little bit. How did I get that so beautiful and bang on? Because that was 5 5/8. That's why it was shorter by 4 1/8. So I need to take 1/8 of an inch off down that side just to... I don't know if I can do that now. Might be a bit too bulky. So 5 5/8. I don't want to go through my label. I'm going to keep it like that. So female version, my first card. Male version, my second card. So I do love this one. I loved it. Beautiful soft pastels in this one. It just makes all that gold pop off. And I added some beautiful gems. We've added stars on this one. I might go over the stars with some glossy accents. What do you reckon? Let's open it. Let's just check on my battery. I just add some. I've had this glossy accents. Oh, must be since I started crafting. Just needs my old pokey tool. Just in the top. You saw that go right in. So let's just add my glossy accents. Make my stars into like jelly stars. And if you want to take your time, you could add some glitter on there as well just to make them stand out. I will go over the rest, but I'm just adding some glossy accents to my little stars. And I'm going to carry on doing that on the others. And if you do get where you haven't come quite to the edge, use your old pokey tool. Drag that across just to fill in the gaps. And blow. And it will spread that glossy accents out. Or, if you're careful and quick enough. Come on, squirty squirty. This does not want to come out. There we go. Just add another couple of dots. I use the tip of the bottle and it comes out easy. Just going up into the corners. And then just fill in the centre. You get a little air bubble. Just poke it. And again, I added glossy accents onto my star. Just going to let them dry. They are so cute. Love it. Oh, that is so sweet. There we go. Glossy accents as well. You could sprinkle in some stardust, some glitter. You could add a gem. Oh, you could set a gemstone in the middle of that now if you wanted. And that would dry with your glossy accents. Let me just see. I got these new ones. Let's see if they will look nice. Whoops. Don't want to ruin these. So you could add a gold one. Let's just see if it's big enough. Oh, that's too big. That's too big. So add a little small one. See what that looks like. That's cute. So I'm just going to rest that on top. Let that set inside that glossy accent. That ain't coming off anywhere there. Look at that. Cute. Love it. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed. I really would love a thumbs up and a share. Please don't forget to press, yes, please press the thumbs up. It does push the video out to other viewers. So if you know anyone who might like this, if you just press that like button, and more people will get to view it. So thanks for watching. Till next time. Love to you all. Bye.